Welcome back to Big Money Bound TV. I love the way y'all keep coming back. You keep coming back, I'm going to keep giving you a reason to come back. All right, so what we're doing today is surviving your first year as a official registered respiratory therapist, man. So just know, there's going to be highs, there's going to be lows, man. You just got to stay with it. It's going to get bumpy, just, man, stay with it. Stay with it. So the first thing you might notice, probably your first day on the job when you're getting trained, there are some older therapists and there are some fairly new therapists. You're going to see that there are certain people that may be happy that you're there. Hey, man, thank you. So glad to have you. Some therapists may be a little bit standoffish. They're going to see you as, dang, this is somebody taking up overtime for me. I needed this overtime. I got mortgage. I got kids. So some people may not be as happy to see you. And some therapists have just been doing the job for so long, man, that they're just grumpy. They're ready for retirement. And that's just how it is in that real world. That's just how it is. I had to deal with it as a new therapist. You'll have to deal with it. New therapists are going to have to deal with this kind of things. So from the jump, you're going to find that it's going to be some therapists that are willing to help you along your new journey. If you have any questions, just call them. They'll be willing to help you. And there's some people that you know you just can't call. You ask them a question, they'll say, you didn't learn this in school? So what you want to do is, man, you want to find a therapist, preferably the one that's giving you your orientation for that week or those 2 weeks. Maybe they're friendly and helpful. But you want to make sure it's somebody you can go to, somebody that's around your age, somebody you kind of know, somebody you're kind of familiar with, somebody you have something in common with, where you can give them a call if you ever have any questions. Because as a new grad in the field, no matter, you could have got straight A's in school. In the actual field, there's some things that you're going to have questions on, man. And before just trying to, hey, I think I know this. No, just call somebody and be sure. So just make sure you have somebody you can call. Say, hey, you know what? You're very welcome and you're very warm and friendly to me. If I have any questions, is it okay if I call you? Oh, yeah, sure. That's me. I make sure whenever it's somebody new, man, we're around the same age, we can kind of relate. I make sure to let them know, hey, if you have any questions, my eyelash is so long. All right. If you have any questions, hey, man, don't hesitate to call me. If you're unsure about anything, don't hesitate to call me. Because I know how it is being new, and I know how it was when I was new, man. I had a lot of questions, and I'm lucky that I had a lot of people that was willing to help me, that wanted me to stay in the field, because it can get to the point where it's like, it's so much new stuff that you don't know, that you're not familiar with, and if no one wants to help you, it's enough to make you say, hey, you know what, maybe this field isn't for me, you can just quit. But we're surviving over here, we're survivors, so just stay the course. Make sure you find someone that you can call and always ask questions. And in the beginning of your career, it's going to be a lot of questions. Once you get to like that second year, at year and a half, you're going to see, hey, I don't really have any more questions. I'm kind of used to it now. And that's the way it is. So make sure you find somebody that you can call. Another thing is, whatever motivated you to get through the respiratory care program, hold on to that motivation. So it may be your mom, your dad, family, kids, friends, money, income, whatever. Keep that motivation, man. Don't lose that. Just in that joy. You see how you're thinking about becoming a therapist, you want to become a therapist, I can't wait to do it. I want to be a therapist so bad. Keep all that joy. Because when you become a therapist, you're going to need that joy to pick you back up at times. You're going to be like, man, I just had such a bad day. Oh, man. Just remember, man, that was once upon a time when you wanted to be this therapist so bad. Don't let the career field steal your joy. Keep that joy, man. You're a therapist. You're it now. You're what you wanted to be. Keep that joy. It can be, you can run into a doctor that was rude to you, a nurse that was rude to you, a patient that was mean to you. Don't let nothing or no one steal your joy, man. Trust me, I've seen this happen firsthand. People just break down in tears and just be, you know what, Randy, maybe this isn't for me. Hey, man, trust me, this is for you, man. I went to school with you. I seen you come in here your first day. I saw that smile on your face. I need that joy back. So whatever motivated you to get through the schooling, let that continue to motivate you to get you through the career and make you survive as a respiratory therapist. Another thing is, try your best in the beginning. Okay, like I'm saying, it's your first year. Whatever you're uncomfortable with or you're not familiar with, let's say you're not really good at drawing ABGs. So what you want to do is, you want to go and help. You want to be willing to help anybody that has ABGs to do, mostly in the units. All ventilated patients have AM or PM ABGs that are due. So you want to call who's ever in the unit. Hey, I see you have 10 or 12. I see you have 10 ABGs due. Is it okay if I come and help you when I'm done? This can be even the meanest therapist who won't have nothing to say to you. If you call them and say, hey, can I help you with your work? Can I make it so you have less work? Oh, please come. Yes, come on. Please come and help me. Come and help me, man. Please, come on. By all means. You want to just get familiar doing blood gases. You're going to be doing it on ventilated patients who's sedated, who's like knocked out, just being taken care of. So you don't have to worry about really too much moving or jerking. They're sedated. They're nice. They're calm. Perfect your craft. Get comfortable with doing ABGs. That's what you want to do. You may be unfamiliar with vents. You may not feel comfortable around vents. Hey, I see you have a couple vents over there. You have 6 vents. Is it okay if I take one of those vents from you and I be the therapist for that vent and now you only have 5? Oh, sure. I don't mind doing that. Or hey, I'm not as busy my third round. For the third round, can I come and document on this patient on the vent, do the suction, do the HME changes, get familiar with the vents? That's no problem. You just want to be open to learning and gaining as much knowledge as you can that first year. So whatever you're not familiar with, whichever therapists are in that area, just call them. You may be afraid of going into the ER, like I was in the beginning of my career. I was afraid of the ER. Now I'm the ER therapist. Hey, whenever you're not busy, you call the ER therapist. Hey, man, I'm not really busy. You need any help down there? No one's turning down help. No one. Even if they're not busy. Hey, I'm down here. Let's talk. They want somebody to talk to. They've been in the ER all day, probably by themselves. So go down there and talk to them. Then when something comes in, a priority 1, a cardiac arrest, an intubation, emergency intubation, you're there. So you just learn to get familiar. So your first year, you're going to do a lot of phone calling, man. A lot of phone calling. Just trying to help people that's in the areas that you're uncomfortable with. I don't want to say unfamiliar because you should be familiar kind of with a lot of the stuff, but just you're not comfortable because you haven't done it as much. So you want to be sure to give them a phone call. Hey, I'm here if you need me. I'm willing to help. Just let me know. And they're going to call you. Because people, you need help. This is a busy field and no one's turning down help. So just, most importantly though, man, just keep that joy you had, man. I can't wait to become a therapist. Yes. Because you can get there. You can be like, whoa, this is a lot. Don't lose your happiness. Don't lose your joy. And don't stop following my page. Don't stop following me on YouTube. I'm bringing you all the videos with the helpful, informative information that you need as a respiratory therapist, to become a respiratory therapist, to stay a respiratory therapist, or if you're just interested in respiratory therapy, period. This is where you want to be. So for that first year, surviving that first year, those are really going to help you. Like if you're unfamiliar with the BiPAP setup, how do you work it? How do you choose the settings? FiO2, whichever department, whichever therapist is where there's a lot of BiPAPs at. Hey, I'm not busy. I'm not as busy my second round. Could I come from a second round and just shadow you and see exactly how you manipulate the BiPAP, how you put in the settings, how do you check it, how do you set the alarms? Is that cool? I just want to get familiar with it. Because you probably went over it a couple times in school, but you didn't see it every day. You just see it every 3 days, but now you're working every 3 days and you've been on the floor therapy, you haven't seen the BiPAP in like a month and a half, a couple weeks. You kind of forgetting stuff. You just want to stay familiar with all this stuff. You want to keep your tools, keep your skills, man. So just call these people, call the therapist. No one's turning down help. No one. Even the meanest person is not turning down help. If they are, say a prayer for them and get them gone. Say a prayer for them to get them gone. So that's it, man. Big Money Bound TV, Respiratory Therapy. Thanks for coming back. Subscribe, like, watch all the videos. And I'm going to keep bringing you more and more because I just love respiratory therapy. I love it. I love this field. I love it.